ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। भजामि राधामरविन्दनेत्रां स्मरामि राधां मधुरस्मितस्याम् वदामि राधां करुणाभरद्रां ततो ममान्यास्ति गतिर्न कापि। आदिविकाकुवरगद्गदयाद्यवाचा याचे निपत्यभुविदण्डवद्भटार्ति अस्य प्रसादमबुधस्य जनस्य कृत्वा गन्धर्विके निजगणे गणनां विधेहि श्यामे रमारमण सुन्दरता वरिष्ठ सौन्दर्यमोहितसमस्तजगज्जनस्य श्यामस्य वामभुजबद्धतनोः कदाहं त्वाम् इन्दिराविरुद्धवरां भजामि। First of all, I offer my millions of obeisances to Lotus feet of Asmade Guru Pad Padma Nitila President Guru Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Dandi Swami Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis have gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisance. Srimad Bhagavatam, Samapyadabhrashrutam Vibho, Samapyate yena vidhamursitam, Prakshai dukkhed murarditatmanam, Sanchosha nirvana musan vinanyatha, Samapyadabhrashrutam Vibho, Samapyate yena vidhamursitam, Prakshai dukkhed murarditatmanam, Sanklesha nirvanam santi nanyatha. Swam, your good soul, api also, adabra vyas, shruta, Vedic literature, vishrutam have heard also, go of the Almighty, samapyate, satisfied, yena, by, which, vidam, of the learned, bhuvutsitam, who always desire to learn transcendental knowledge. Prakhyahi described Dukkhai by miseries, Muhu always. Ardita Atmanam, suffering mass of people. Sanklesha, suffering. Nirvanam, mitigation. Ushantina, do not get out of. Anyatha, by other means. Please therefore describe the Almighty Lord's activities which you have learned by your vast knowledge of the Vedas. For that will satisfy the hankerings of great learned men and at the same time mitigate the miseries of masses of common people who are always suffering from material pangs. Indeed, there is no other way to get out of such misery. Narad Muni, from practical experience, definitely asserts that the prime solution of all problems of material world is to broadcast very widely the transcendental glories of the Supreme Lord. There are four classes of good men and there are four classes of bad men also. The four classes of good men acknowledge the authority of the Almighty God, and therefore such good men, number one, when they are in difficulty, number two, when they are in need of money, number three, when they are advanced in knowledge, and number four, when they are inquisitive to know more and more about God, intuitively take shelter of the Lord. This is actually from Bhagavad Gita. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukurtina arjuna artha jigyasu artharthi jnani cha bhartarshava. When people are in difficulty, they remember Krishna, like Gajendra. अंतर्गते ग्राह गृहीत पाद विसृष्ट विक्लिष्ट समस्त बंधु तदा गजेन्द्रो नितरां जगाद गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति दुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जना सुकृतिनो अर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुरार्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ. O best of the Bharat dynasty, there are four types of pious men who perform my bhajan: the distressed Artha, the inquisitive Jigyasu, the seekers of wealth Artharthi, and the man of wisdom Jnani. So here you'll see that Gajendra, uh, it is generally not possible for those who are miscreants, Dushruta, to perform my bhajan. Krishna is telling. Those who are Dushrutas, miscreants, they cannot perform bhajan of Krishna because they are not on the path of gradually developing their consciousness. Sometimes, however, such people attain my service by chance. Among those with Sukriti who lead a regulated life, four types are qualified to perform my bhajan. Those who are engaged in kamya karma, fruity activities. Remember me when they are afflicted by some misery. They are called artha, the distressed. Even those who are dushkruta sometimes remember me when in distress. The foolish Muda who stick to morality as described in the previous sloka engage in the gradual process of inquiring about Tattva Gyan. By this, they feel the necessity of accepting the existence of Parameshwar as he is the object of their inquisitiveness. They gradually remember me, Naradhama, the lowest among mankind, who take up bhakti and then later discard it, gradually become dissatisfied with their concept of an ethical controller and come to realize the real controller of morality. They then become regulated bhaktas, and since they turn to me to fulfill their desired goals, they are known as artharth. When the jiva realizes that knowledge of Brahma and Paramatma is incomplete, he takes shelter of my Shuddha Gyan. At that time, the covering of Maya is removed, and knowing himself to be my eternal servant, he accepts my full shelter. Those who are artha, distressed, have the defect of various desires. Those who are jigyasu, inquisitive, have the defect of bondage to moralistic knowledge. The artharthis, seekers of wealth, have the defect of striving to attain swarga. And the jnanis, who think that Bhagavad Tattva is temporary, have the defect of wanting to merge into Brahma. When these impurities are removed, these four types of persons become eligible to perform pure bhakti. As long as these impurities exist in them, their pure bhakti is considered to be pradhani bhuta. They attain bhakti when their impurities are completely removed. This bhakti is called kevala, akinchana, or uttama. The word sukruti used in this shloka means piety that is generated from following the principles of Varna and Ashram. Such pious persons whose bhakti is pradhani bhuta engage in Bhagwan's service in four ways. Examples of karma pradhani bhuta bhakti are included in the first three categories below. Number one, Artha. Kings who were captured by Jarasandha and Gajendra who was caught by a crocodile. Number two, Jigyasu, Shaunak and other rishis who were inquisitive about Atma Gyan. Artharthi. Number three, those such as Dhruva who sought wealth. Number four, Jnani. The four Kumaras come in this category. This Jnana is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti is defined as that karma, Jnana and Yoga in which Bhakti predominates. In other words, where karma, Jnana and Yoga are subordinate to Bhakti. Kevala Bhakti is defined as follows. Anya Vilasita Shunyam Jnana Karma Janabrutam Anukulyena Krishnano Shilanam Bhaktiruttama. Uttama Bhakti is performed when a person is free from all desires except to render service to Krishna. When his intelligence is completely free from the concept of Nirvishesh Brahma Gyan and from difficulty and from affinity to Nitya, regular and naimittic, causal or occasional karma, yoga, tapasya, etc. And when he renders service to Krishna and his bhaktas in a favorable way. Gunibhuta Bhakti is defined as that process in which karma, jnana and yoga predominate, not bhakti. When bhakti is only practiced to assist in the attainment of moksha or swarga, then such karma is merely called karma, jnana is called jnana and yoga is called yoga. Such karma, jnana and yoga are not Shuddha Bhakti. But Gunibhuta Bhakti is not considered to be in the category of Bhakti because Bhakti does not predominate in it. In conclusion, therefore, Bhakti is of two types, Kevala and Pradhanibhuta. Srila Vishwanath Thakur has given detailed explanation of Bhakti Tattva in his Saraswati commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. For this information, one should consult the following shlokas from Srimad Bhagavatam. Atma Ramashya Munayah 1.7.10 Rute Artham Yat Pratiyeta Na Pratita Chatmani 2.9.34 Muktanamapi Siddhanam Narayana Parayana Yavan Nrikaya Artham 7.15.45 and Ye Anya Arvindakshi Mukta Manana Vayasta Bhavat Avishadda Buddhaya Aruya Krutchena Param Param Tatha Patanti Anadruti Vishwa Angraya. Here, these four types of persons, they worship Bhagwan. As such, Naraji advises Vyasadeva to broadcast the transcendental knowledge of God in terms of the vast Vedic knowledge which he had already attained. So basically, there are actually many scriptures Vyasadeva wrote, no doubt about it. Vyasochistham Jagat Sarma. Vyasochistham Jagat Sarma. The whole world is eating only the remnants of Vyasadeva. Now, third is actually Guru Purnima. That particular day is the appearance day of Vyasadeva. And we'll be worshipping our own gurus and entire Guru Parampara on Vyasa Purnima. In Vrindavan, so many people will come to different ashramas to worship their own guru. The spiritual master is the principal. So he is worshipped. It is also the disappearance day of Sanatana Goswami. For example, Vyasadeva wrote in one scripture that some people aspire for a beautiful daughter-in-law. Oh, then he says that you plant pomegranate plant. If you want a lot of money, then you have to plant people tree, ashwatha tree. If you want to have a big progeny and dynasty, then expand your family lineage. Then banyan tree, like this. All this knowledge is coming from Vyasadeva. But Vyasadeva did not describe sweet pastimes of Krishna as much. And that's why he has been told to write Bhagavatam now. As far as the bad men are concerned, they are also four in number. Those who are simply addicted to the mode of progressive fruity work and thus are subjected to the accompanying misery. Now, this is what is going on. Now, the tragic case of Titanic submarine. There are some billionaires, some very rich people who can afford it, went to see to the bottom of the ocean the remnants of the Titanic ship. It set out on maiden voyage to England from New York, I think. And then it sunk on the maiden voyage itself. Movie also was made on it. Very famous movie. So these multimillionaires went by the submarine, but submarine was not secure and it underwent an explosion. And the United States had the equipment to catch that submarine explosion, but they didn't disclose it that the submarine has exploded. Then they launched a very vast uh, search in the ocean, covering almost 5,000 square miles or even more. And then they finally realized that the billionaires have perished. So sorry to hear that. May Krishna bless their soul and may they engage in bhakti in future lifetimes. We pray for their soul. But you see that this fruity work, it has accompanying miseries. Number two, those who are simply addicted to vicious work for sense gratification and so suffer the consequences. There are some people who are very much working very hard for sense gratification. And then they suffer the consequences. Now, this is what is going on now. That people are going to any level to get their sense gratification. There is no limit to their sense gratification. They can do anything and everything to attain sense gratification. Number three, those who are materially very much advanced in knowledge but who suffer because do not have the sense to acknowledge the authority of the Almighty Lord. Now, how many rich people acknowledge the presence of Krishna? How many rich people can acknowledge the presence of Lord? There was one person, he did very intense austerity. Then Lord Krishna appeared before him after 10,000 years of his austerity. He said to him, please ask for a boon. Then he said, you came too late. You came too late. He was angry with Krishna. I'm not going to ask boon from you. Then Krishna disappeared from there. All right, he's angry with me, doesn't want to ask for a boon. Then Krishna disguised like a villager and came with some pot of cool water. And all of a sudden, like Krishna's desire, weather became very hot, like it's in Vrindavan now. And he felt intense thirst. So then suddenly this sadhu who has performed austerity of 10,000 years, standing on one leg and eating leaves and fruit, he saw this man with a pitcher of water, cool water. He told him, sir, please give me some water. I'm very thirsty. Then that man said, water is not free. I'm taking this water for my family members, my sons and daughters and my wife. I cannot give it free of charge to you. Do you have any money? He said, we are sadhus, we are doing austerities. How can we have any money? All right. If you don't have money, then you must have tapodhan, the wealth of austerity. All right. We have tapodhan. I have done 10,000 years of austerity. He said, I will give you one glass of water if you give me 1,000 years of your austerity. He said, that is unfair. For one glass of water, you are charging 1,000 years of austerities of mine. He said, yes, you want, take it, otherwise I am going. But Sadhu was very thirsty. What can he do? He considered. But one glass of water didn't quench his thirst. So he ended up drinking 10 glasses of water and spending all the 10,000 years of austerity. And after he had given away 10,000 years of austerities, that man with a pitcher in hand appeared to him like Krishna. And Krishna asked him, now do you understand that you are performing austerity by drinking the water given by me, the food given by, the fruit given by me, leaves given by me. You are performing austerity by using the breathing the air given by me, the earth given by me, the body given by me, the eyes given by me, the hand given by me, everything given by me, and still you claim that you own all the merit of austerity. And you are chastising me, I came late. Then that sadhu understood his folly. He realized that actually he has committed a mistake. So those who are materially very much advanced in knowledge, but who suffer because they do not have the sense to acknowledge the authority of the Almighty Lord. And number four, the class of men who are known as atheists and who therefore purposely hate the very name of God, although they are always in difficulty. There are some people who are atheists and they hate the name of God. Uh, they, as soon as you say Krishna, Ram, Hari, they are actually they are not happy about it. So Shri Naradji advised Vyasadeva to describe the glories of the Lord just to do good to all eight classes of men, both good and bad. So there are good men in this world and there are bad men in this world, no doubt about it. So bad people are actually categorized in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 15th verse. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama Mayava Pavrta Jnana Asuram Bhavamashrita. Those miscreants and fools who are devoid of discrimination, who are the lowest among human beings, whose knowledge has been completely stolen by Maya, who have an asuric nature, do not surrender unto me. You see that Dhruva is actually worshipping Krishna. He is Artharthi. He wants a kingdom superior than his father, Uttanapad. Superior than Uttanpad's father, Swayambhu Manu. He wanted kingdom superior than even Lord Brahma. Now certainly Dhruva is a fruitive worker. He's praying with the mentality of fruitive desire. No doubt about it. Understand? But at least he's praying to the Supreme Lord. If you have any material desire, why go to someone else? You go to the Supreme Lord. Akamo sarvakamo va mokshakamo udharadhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. You have any desire, no material desire, or you have desire for liberation, worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He can certainly fulfill all your desires. Dhruva's mother's name was Suniti and his father's name was Uttanapad. Uttanapad and Suniti were married, but Suniti could not conceive any child. And because Suniti could not conceive any child, she told her husband, why don't you get married to my younger sister? Her name is Suruchi. So, on the request of his first wife, Suniti, Uttanapad married Suruchi. And it so happened that Suniti performed one vrata. That vrata is actually, if I am not wrong, it is the Kartik Shukla Dwadashi vrata. Now in Shukla Dwadashi Kartik vrata, you worship the cows and calves. And that vrata is very auspicious vrata. Now how that vrata came about, there is a story about it. One time, there was a great sage, and his name I think Vashishta, and he had actually and one time Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva and Brahma and Vishnu, they wanted to test his love and affection for the cow. So it so happened that Brahma became a cow, and Krishna and Shiva's son Kartikeya, he became a calf, and Vishnu brought them actually. Uh, Vishnu brought them, and so Brahma and Shiva's son, they became cow and calf. And Lord Shiva became a cowherd man and he said, and he brought that cow and calf and he said to Vashishta, please take care of this cow and calf till I return. And then, in order to test his love and affection for the cows, Vasishta's love and affection for the cows, uh, Lord Shiva, disguised as a lion, and he attacked the cow and calf. This cow and calf were Brahma and his own son Kartikeya. And Lord Shiva now like a lion. But Vasishta has one benediction. So Vasishta had one benediction of Vishnu, and by the benediction of Vishnu, he countered that lion. And later on, all three manifested there. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and Kartikeya and all. And they told, oh, your love and affection for the cows is great. So this happened, I think, on the 12th day, Shukla Paksha of Kartik. It was told that it was given benediction to Vasishta that if anyone will perform austerities on this day, will be bestowed a very good progeny. So Suruchi did that vrata in Dwadashi, and she begot a very nice son. Later on, our younger sister became very envious. She said, my elder sister has become pregnant and I want to kill my elder sister's son. So she tried to poison her elder sister so that her baby will die by miscarriage. But somehow, by Bhagwan's mercy, Dhruva survived. When Dhruva was born, Suruchi confided to her elder sister, said, Gigi, um, uh, you got me married to your husband so that I will beget a child. But I haven't begotten any child and you have begotten a child. Although the purpose of my marriage with the husband was to beget a child for him, but instead you were not able to beget a child, but you suddenly beget a child and I am not able to beget any child so far. So what is the cause? Then she said that I did the vrata, Dwadashi vrata of Kartik. You do that vrata, then you'll also conceive a child. And then she became pregnant and Suruchi begot Uttama. You'll see that this vrata is so powerful. So there are miscreants and fools who are devoid of discrimination, who are the lowest among human beings, whose knowledge has been completely stolen by Maya, and who have an asuric nature, do not surrender unto Bhagavan. If the question is raised, why then do the Panditas not take shelter of you? Sri Bhagavan replies, those who are genuine Panditas do take exclusive shelter of me, but those who like to consider themselves to be Panditas do not. Sri Bhagavan is speaking this shloka beginning with the words Namam to explain this. The word Dushnutina refers to those who are wicked, though they have some piety. And some may appear to be Panditas, but are actually Kupanditas, pseudo Panditas. They are of four types. Mudha, a fruity worker, a karmi, who is no better than an animal. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.32.19 describes just as a stool-eating hog rejects sweet rice and enjoys stool, though cheated by destiny, who give up the nectar of hearing Harikatha and engage in hearing other useless talks, are most unfortunate. Who but an animal would not like to perform seva to Mukunda? You see that only hogs would not want to do service to Mukunda. Naradhama, the lowest among mankind, even after performing bhakti for some time and attaining the qualities of a human being, they finally give up the process of bhakti willfully, thinking that it is not effective in attaining the desired fruit. Such persons are Naradhamas. Number 3, Maya Pavurta Jnana. Those whose knowledge has been stolen by Maya, even after studying the Shastra, they think that only the form of Sri Narayan situated in Vaikuntha can be served eternally and can grant eternal bhakti. One cannot perform bhakti eternally to other forms such as Ram and Krishna because they are human-like. You'll see that although there is no difference between Narayan and Krishna, Siddhantvasta Avedepi Shrisha Krishna Swarupayo Rasena Pushyate Krishna Rupam Esharasasthiti. As per Siddhanta, there is no difference between Ram, Narayan, Krishna. But Krishna has more rasa, more pastimes. Actually, the four Kumaras, they sing one mantra, and this is called Panchakshari Mahamantra. Hmm. The mantra is very simple, Hari Sharanam. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. What is the meaning of word Hari? One who actually steals all the scenes, distress, lamentation, that is Hari. Narayan can do that, Ram can do that, and Krishna can certainly do that. But Hari means one who steals. And certainly Ram and Narayan, they are Hari because they take away the sins and distress. But Krishna is not Hari. Understand? Krishna is not Hari, but rather Krishna is Hari Rai. Actually, um, Hari Rai means Surdas has written Charan Kamala Bando Hari Rai. Charan Kamala Bando Hari Rai. He is not just Hari, he is Hari Rai, the best among the Haris. He is such a big thief. Braje Prasiddham Navanita Chauram Gopanganana Radukula Chauram Anek Janmarjita Papa Chauram Chauragraganyam Purusham Namam Braje Prasiddham Navanita Chauram Gopangananam Dukula Chauram. He steals even the wealth of the gopis. Their dupattas, dukula. Gopangananam ke dukula chora. Aneka janmarjita paparajora. He steals the sins of many lifetimes. And not only that, Krishna steals even the mascara from the eyes of the gopis. How is his color? Krishna's color is black, right? Ved batastana tera rang kala kyun काला हो करके जग से निराला क्यों मैंने काली रात को जन्म लियो और काली गाय को दूध पियो तेरे कजरे का रंग काला इसलिए काला हूँ. He stole the black color of the rain clouds in the monsoon season. He stole the black color from the kajal of the eyes of the gopis. He stole the black color of the night. Krishna steals everything. He steals the hearts of everyone. Krishna is not Hari. He is Hari Rai, best of the thieves. So, but some people are foolish. They think that Ram and Krishna bhakti cannot be performed. If you perform bhakti to Ram and Krishna, you will not go to Vaikuntha. Because they are human like. Shri Bhagavan has said in the Gita 9:11, who will disrespect me when I appear in my human form? After apparently surrendering unto me, they have not surrendered in reality. Now this is what is going on. That many people don't think Krishna is Bhagavan. They think Narayana is Bhagavan, but Vishnu is Bhagavan, but Krishna is just a human being. Avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram mogasha moga karmanam moga jnana vitasa Rakshasi Asurim Chaiva Mohi. Asuram Bhavamashita. Asuras such as Jarasandha shoot arrows in order to hurt my transcendental body. Similarly, persons who carry this Asuric Bhava use illogical reasoning to deny my Sri Vigara deity form, which is eternally situated in Vaikuntha. They do not surrender unto me. Actually, what is the difference in using a missiles, uh, different types of missiles to attack Krishna and arrows and what is the difference in cutting the Krishna by arguments? Actually, some people deny the existence of Krishna's deity form. They say that uh, one poet said, यदि, if I can get Krishna by worshipping a stone, and I'll worship rather a big monolithic rock in the mountain. Like some poet said like this. How foolish. Can deity be considered ordinary? No. Arche Vishnu Shiladhir Gurushu Naramati Vaishnave Jati Buddhir Vishnurva Vaishnavanam Kalimala Padatirthyam Buddhi Sri Vishnu Namni Mantre Sakal Kalushe Shabda Samanya Buddhi Sri Vishnu Sarveshwarishi Taitara Samadhirya Seva Narakisa Arche Vishnu Shiladhir. Consider the deity of Vishnu to be a stone. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Brajendra Nandana. You are not a stone. You are directly Brajanandan Sham Sundar Krishna. And Guru is not ordinary human being. Guru is actually Sakshadharitvena Samasta Shastrair Uktastata Bhavyataye Vasami Guru is directly manifestation of Krishna. Don't think him to be an ordinary human being. So, Sarartha Varshini Prakashikam. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes Krishna is saying, having taken shelter of an Asuric Bhav, four types of persons do not surrender unto me. The Dushkru, the wicked, the mood of foolish, the Naradhama, lowest of human beings, and the Maya Pahurta Jnani. Persons whose knowledge is covered by Maya. Number one, Dushkrutas are those who live an extremely unrighteous life. Buddhas are those whose atheistic persons who only follow moral principles without taking shelter of me, the presiding deity of morality. Naradhamas are the lowest of human beings, are those who consider me to be only an aspect of morality, but not the Lord of morality. So Krishna is not aspect of morality. Krishna is the Lord of morality. All morality is under him. Yadi madhumadana tarangri seva prithividadati jahati sa viveki tad akhilam api dushkrutam triloke krutam akrutam na krutam ja sarvam. If one abandons all the conception of morality and engages in the devotional service of Sri Krishna, then whatever sin one has performed will become pious merit. But if you disregard Sri Krishna, if you deny the supremacy of Sri Krishna and engage in all pious activities, still all those pious activities will only culminate in sinful reactions. So, bhakti, satisfaction of Krishna is the only pious merit. If you try to satisfy Sri Krishna, Maya Bhauta Jnanis are those whose morality remains covered by Maya. And even when they have studied Shastras such as Vedanta, they worship the Devas such as Brahma. They do not know my omnipotent nature, the eternal conscious nature of the Jiva, the temporary nature of the relationship of the Jiva with inert matter, or the eternal nature of the relationship of the Jiva with me as my servant. Kamastetarhuta jnana prapadyante anya devata tam tam niyamamasthaya prakrutya niyata swaya. So those whose mind is stolen, those whose intelligence and sense of discrimination, vivek is stolen by desire for sense gratification, such persons worship different demigods. But if you worship demigods or ghosts, spirits, forefathers for fruitive desires, you will go to their abode, not to Krishna's abode. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrunyanti pitrubhrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhya dino imam. So those who worship Krishna, they will go to the abode of Krishna. But if you worship ghosts, then you will have to be in the ghost Krishna. Actually, very nice movie was released recently by Geo Films. I think. It's about one terror attack in 1998 on one temple in Hanuman Gadi in Ayodhya. When Lord Ram came back to Ayodhya, and it is said that when Lord Ram went back to the spiritual world, he told Hanuman that you are the son of Sita. Sita has accepted you as the son. So you are also like my son. You are my brother and like my son. So I am going to appoint you as the king of the entire universe. And you is coronated in Hanuman Gadi. In Kalyug ka Raja is Hanuman. He is the ruler of the entire earth planet. Lord Ram has anointed him in Hanuman Gadi. And you'll see that in Hanuman Gadi, Hanuman is there, seated on a throne, and Ram, Lakshman, all Sita are standing behind him. He's like a king. But once some terrorists, they planted two bombs in Hanuman Gadi. And one bomb and ATS, anti-terrorism squad, caught hold of the terrorists and they defused one bomb. One bomb was in the hand pump in the courtyard of the nearby Dharmshala. And but the terrorist was stubborn. He wasn't telling the location of other bomb, and only 3 minutes were left. And the ATS was searching for the second bomb because it could go any time, and the temple will be damaged. And it will be a national issue because it's a very sensitive. Ayodhya is already very sensitive, and it's a temple of Hanuman. People will blame the government and police. So somehow they saw near the cooler, the inspector, one monkey was chewing some wires, electric wires. And actually those wires were the wires of the bomb. And the terrorist had connected it to the cooler, electric water cooler. But monkey had chewed away the wires, so the bomb was not going to go off. Because he had, by chewing, monkeys had a habit of chewing. So that inspector of ATS, anti-terrorism squad, he offered some bananas to the monkey. And monkey very happily took those bananas in the hand and went to the roof of the temple. He was very happy, he got some food and he left those. And they went there and they discovered the bomb and they defused the bomb. And they realized that monkey had deactivated the bomb by chewing the wire. Then he folded his hands and he prayed to Hanuman. And by the time monkey was on the top of the Hanuman temple, top of the Hanuman temple. So वो नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारे. Who knows? Who doesn't know in the world that Hanuman is always guiding the devotees of Krishna and Ram and Narayan. साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता. Who guarded the chariot of Arjuna? Krishna himself guarded. But also it was Hanuman also was helping Arjuna. You see that how can you deny the existence of Ram, Hanuman, Gopishwara, Mahadev, Krishna? Like yesterday I was seeing a documentary on YouTube that there is one Lalita Kunja near Katiya Sthan. And there the footprint of Radharani has appeared on the tree. There are the branches of the tree which are like swing for Radha Krishna. If you go to Surya Kunda, even today, you will see the crown of Srimati Radharani. Radharani was taking bath in Surya Kunda because Radharani goes to Surya Kunda at Madhyana time and she worships Krishna. Krishna Nitya Sangamartha Padma Bandhu Radhika Mayyamatma Pada Padma Dasya Dastu Radhika. कुमाप्त कांचनाब्ज गर्वहारि गौरभा कीर्तनांचिता जगंध सौरभा बल्लवेश सोनु सर्व वांछितार्थ साधिका मह्यमात्म पाद पद्म दास्य दास्तु राधिका. Radharani, she goes to Surya Kunda. And once, while taking bath in Surya Kunda, she placed her crown on a stone, red stone, piece of rock. And her crown became imprinted in that rock. Even today you can see beautiful crown of Radharani. So who can say that these pastimes, places are imaginary? वृंदावन के वृक्ष को मरमन जाने कोई डाल डाल और पात पात से राधे 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 राधे. These are shrubs of Vrindavan are running. So Narad Muni is telling Vyasadeva to write all these things. He is telling him to write about Shringar what, where Krishna decorated the hair of Radharani. Guru Manasya Chamare. So, because Vyasadeva has not written all this, he is not feeling satisfied. Chapter number 1.6.1, conversation between Narad and Vyasadeva. Sutavacha evam nishamya bhagavan devarshir janma karma cha bhuya paprakshatam brahman yasa sattati sita. Sutavacha, Suta said, evam thus, nishamya hearing, Bhagavan, the powerful incarnation of God, Devarshe, of the great sage among the gods, Janma, birth, Karma, work, Cha, and Puja again. Prapacha asked from him, Brahman, O Brahmanas, Vyasaha, Vyasadeva, Satyavati, Suta, the son of Satyavati. Suta said, O Brahmanas, thus hearing all about Narada's birth and activities, Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God, son of Satyavati, inquired as follows. Vyasadeva was further inquisitive to know about the perfection of Naradji, and therefore he wanted to know about him more and more. In this chapter, Naradji will describe how he was able to have a brief audience with the Lord while he was absorbed in the transcendental thought of separation from the Lord, and when it was very painful for him. Vyasuvacha Vikshubhir Vipravasite Vijnana Deshtrubhistava Vartamano Vyasya Tatha Vyasuvacha. So Vyasadeva said, Vikshubhi, by the great mendicant, Vipravasite, having departed for other places. Here, these great mendicants, for Kumara spent Chaturmasya. Chaturmasya means the 4 months of rainy season. Now they will begin any time in India. I think this Purnima Chaturmasya will begin. And this Chaturmasya Shravan, Bhadrapad, Ashwin, Kartik. Some precautions should be taken, especially those who are growing old. In Shravan month, don't even think of, don't take nighttime food. If Everyone wants to live a long life. Avoid any intake food or drinks after sunset because digestive power is very weak. But especially in the month of Bhadrapada, certainly should not take night meal. Many times in India, people take very light lunch because they are busy in work, office chores, and whatever it is. But night time they are relaxed and free. So they ate to their heart contents in the night time. Very dangerous because that puts pressure on the heart. Anyways, doctor is also here, Dr. Vasudev. So, but anyways, Vijnana, scientific knowledge in transcendence, uh, Adeshtruvi, those who had instructed, Tava of yours, Vartamana, present, Vayasi of the duration of life, Arte before the beginning of, Tataha after that, came what? Akarot did, Bhavan, your good self. Shri Vyasadeva said, what did you, Narad, do after the departure of the great sages who had instructed you in scientific sense and the knowledge before the beginning of your present birth? Vyasadeva himself was a disciple of Naradji, and therefore it was natural to be anxious to hear what Narad did after initiation from the spiritual masters. He wanted to follow in Narada's footsteps in order to attain to the same perfect stage of life. This desire to inquire from the spiritual master is an essential factor to the progressive path. The process is technically known as Sadharma Pucha. Now see that Narad Muni apparently got mantra from four Kumaras, right? We read before. But still, but in our Sampradaya, he is accepted as disciple of Brahma. Because Brahma gave knowledge to Narad, his son. Krishna haite chaturmukha, Oye Krishna sevo mukha, Brahma haite Narade Ramati, Narada ite Vyasa, Madhva kahe Vyasa Dasa, Purna Pragya Padma Nava. This is the Guru Parampara. Brahma imparted knowledge to Narad, Narad imparted knowledge to Vyasa, and Vyasa imparted knowledge to Srimad Madhva. Srimad Madhvacharya imparted knowledge to Sri Padmanath Tirtha Ji. So, actually, great parampara. Vasudeva Prabhu will know that Karnataka is great land, great land. So many acharyas hail from Karnataka. In our Sampradaya, many acharyas from Karnataka, Holy Land of Karnataka. So, Swayambhuvakaya Vritya Vartitam te Parambaya Katham Chedamudastrakshi Kale Prapti Kalevaram. Swayambhu, son of Brahma, Kaya, under what condition was sent, say you, Param, after the initiation, Vayaha, duration of life, Katham, how, sure, and Iram, this Udasrakshi did quit Kale in due course, Prapte having attained Kalevaram body. O son of Brahma, how did you pass your life after initiation? And how did you attain this body, having quit your old birth in due course? Narad Muni, his previous life was just an ordinary maidservant's son. So how he became so perfectly transformed into the spiritual body of eternal life, bliss and knowledge is certainly important. Vyasadeva desired to him to disclose the facts for everyone's satisfaction. Kalpa Visha Vishyametam Smrutim Te Munisattam Mahesha Devadattara Esha Sarvahida Kriti. Prior, Kalpa, the duration of Brahma's day, Vishayam, subject matter, Ekam, all these, Smurtim, remembrance, Te, your, Munisatamaha, O great sage, no, not, he certainly, Esha, all these. Javarat made any difference. Kalaha, course of time. Isha, all this. Sarva, all. Mirakriti, annihilation. Oh, great sage. Time annihilates everything in due course. So how is it that this subject matter which happened prior to this day of Brahma is still fresh in your memory, undisturbed by time? As spirit is not annihilated even after the annihilation of the material body, so also spiritual consciousness is not annihilated. See, Narad developed this spiritual consciousness even when he had his material body in the previous kalpa. Consciousness of the material body means spiritual consciousness expressed through the medium of a material body. This consciousness is inferior, destructible, and perverted. But super consciousness of the supra mind is the spiritual in the spiritual plane is as good spirit soul and is never annihilated. So Mrityu Sarva Harashyaham. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has told Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Mrityu Sarva Harashyaham. Everything will be taken away from us at the time of death. Many times our memory is also taken away. We don't remember anything. Understand? Mrityu Sarva Harashyaham. So, how did Narad Muni remember? Because his soul doesn't die, soul has memory. And with that memory, Narad Muni is able to remember what happened to him in the past kalpa. Narad Uvacha, Vikshubir Vipravasite Vidyana Deshtubhirmama Vartamano Vayasyade Tatitadasarasam. Narduvacha, Shri Narad said, Bhikshuvi, by the great sages, Vipravasite, having departed for other places, Vijnana, scientific spiritual knowledge, are Adeshnubi, those imparted unto me, Mama, mine, Vartamana, present, Vayasi, Adde, before this life, Tataha, thereafter, Etat much, Akarasam, performed. Narad said, this great sage, the great sages who had imparted scientific knowledge of transcendence to me departed for other places, and I had to pass my life in this way. In his previous life, when Naradji was impregnated with the spiritual knowledge by the grace of the great sages, there was a tangible change in his life. Although he was only a boy of 5 years, that is an important symptom visible after initiation by the bona fide spiritual master. Actual association of devotees brings about a quick change in life for spiritual realization. How is it so acted upon the previous life of Sri Narad Muni described by and by in this chapter? Ekatmana ekatmaja me janani yoshinmudha च किङ्करी मय्यात्मजे अनन्यगतौ चक्रे स्नेहानुबन्धनम्. Ekatmaja, having only one son, may my Janani mother Yoshit, woman by class, Muda foolish, and Kinkari maid servant, Mai unto me, Atmaje being her offspring, Ananyagato, one who has no alternative for protection, Chakre did it, Sneha Anubandhanam, tied by affectionate bondage. I was the only son of my mother, who was not only a simple woman but a maid servant as well. Since I was her only offspring, she had no other alternative for protection. She bound me with the tie of affection. Now, in Vedic culture, the women are given the topmost importance, which is not given by any culture, not by Islamic culture, not Christian culture, not Jewish culture. But the Vedic culture alone and alone gives the topmost importance to the woman. It is said in the Vedas that the mother is 10 times or even 100 times more important than the father. Mother is worthy of 10 times or even 100 times more respect than the father. And it may so happen that if some boy has taken sannyas and his father will come to attend the class, then It is not necessary that the son who has taken sannyas need to offer obeisances to his father. He can if he wants, because father is also glorious. But if he doesn't, it is not considered a transgression of the scriptural injunction. But if mother will come, the son must bow down to her, must touch her feet. Mother is considered so glorious. Now, which culture gives so much importance to the mother? But his mother was a simple woman, maid servant also, and he was her only son. Now, no alternative. He had no alternative for protection. So she is bound with tie of affection. Sa swatantra na kalpasid mamechati ishasaiva shiloka yusha darumayatha. Sa, she, aswatantra was dependent, no, not, kalpa, able, asit was, yogakshema, maintenance, mama, my, ichati, all those desires, ishasya, of providence, he for vashe, under the control of loka, everyone, yosha, doll, darumai, made of wood, yatha, as much. She wanted to look after my maintenance properly, but because she was not independent, she was not able to do. She was not do anything for me. The world is under the full control of the Supreme Lord, and therefore everyone is made a wooden doll in my hand. Okay. Aham chatat brahmakule Aham chatat brahmakule Ushman sarupekshara Digdesha kala vyutpanno balaka panchahayana. I also tat that Brahmakule in the school of the Brahmanas. Ushivan lived tat her upekshaya being dependent on Digdesha direction and country. Kala time avyutpannaha having no experience. Balaka a mere child. Pancha 5 Hayanaha Ayana years old. When I was a mere child of 5 years, I lived in a Brahmana school. I was dependent on my mother's affection and had no experience of different lands. Ekada nirgatam gehat duhantim mishigam pathi sarpo adashat tatpada sprushta krupadam kaluchurita. Ekada, once upon a time, Nirgata, having gone away, Gehat, from home, Duhantim, for milking Nishi at night, Dam, the cow, Pati on the path, Sarpa, snake, Adashat, bitten, Pada, on the leg, Sprushtaha, thus struck, Rupanam, the poor woman, Kala Shoditaha, influenced by supreme time. Once upon a time, poor mother, when going out one night to milk a cow, was bitten on the leg by a serpent influenced by supreme time. That is the way of dragging a sincere soul nearer to God. The poor boy was being looked after only by his affectionate mother. And yet the mother was taken from the world by the supreme will in order to put him completely at the mercy of the Lord. Tada tadahamishasya bhaktanam shamabhipsata anugraham manyamana pratishtam ishamuttaram. Tada at that time, that aham I, Ishasya of the Lord, bhaktanam of the devotees, sham mercy, abhipsataha desiring, anugraham special benediction, manyamanaha thinking in that way. Pratishtam departed, Disham Uttaram in the northern direction. I took this as a special mercy of the Lord, who always desires benediction for his devotees. So thinking I started for the north. Confidential devotees of the Lord see in every step a benedictory direction of the Lord. What is considered to be an odd or difficult moment in the mundane sense is accepted as special mercy of the Lord. Mundane prosperity is a kind of material fever, and by the grace of the Lord, the temperature of this material fever is gradually diminished, and spiritual health is obtained step by step. Mundane people misunderstand it. सीतांजन पदांस्तत्र पुरग्राम व्रजाकरान् खेट खर्बटवाटिश्च वनान्युपवनानि च. Very flourishing. Janapadan, metropolises, Tatra there, Pura, towns, Rama, villages, Raja, big farms, Akaran, mineral fields, mines, Keta, 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 agricultural lands, Harvata, valleys, Vatihi, flower gardens, Cha and Vanani forest, Upavanani nursery gardens, Cha and. After my departure, I passed through many flourishing metropolises, towns, villages, animal farms, mines, agricultural lands, valleys, flower gardens, nursery gardens, and natural forests. Activities in agriculture, mining, farming, industries, gardening, etc. were all on the same scale as they are now. Even previous to the present creation, and the same activities will remain as they are even in the next creation. Many hundreds of millions of years, one creation is started by the law of nature, and the history of the universe repeats itself practically in the same way. The mundane wranglers waste time with archaeological excavations without searching into the vital necessities of life. After getting an impetus in spiritual life in harmony, even though a mere child did not waste time for a single moment with economic development. Although he passed towns and villages, mines and industries, he continually went on to progressive spiritual emancipation. Srimad Bhagavatam is the repetition of history which happened some hundreds of millions of years ago. As it was said herein before, only the most important factors of history are picked up to be recorded in this transcendental literature. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Text number 12, 6th chapter, sloka number 12. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhasya pradanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. जय श्री श्री गौरांग गंधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री राधा की जय प्रेम कृष्ण गुरु शिष्य